Mike Sink, and we are live. Yo! Welcome back to the College Cooking Show. On today's episode, I'm gonna do flank steak tacos. Delicious flank steak though. We're talking melt in your mouth, pressure cooker, boom, falling apart flank steak. Nice avocado puree to top it all off. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Guys, enough talk. Let's get cooking. I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah. Okay, so flank steak tacos. Here's what you're gonna need. Obviously, your flank steak. Bada bing, bada boom. A cheap cut of meat. Very easy to get. The abdomen of a cow. Cow walks like this. This is the flank steak. Nice and tough. The way we're gonna cook it, not gonna matter. It's gonna be tender. It can melt in your mouth. Beautiful. French kiss. What we're gonna cook that in is very important. We're gonna need an onion and we're gonna need a can of diced tomatoes. Along with that, we're gonna season it. So we're gonna use some paprika. I'm gonna use some cumin. I'm gonna use a little bit of cayenne pepper. And then this little chili lime seasoning. My boy Trader and my boy Joe, they hooked this up. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know where to find this. If you don't have that though, don't worry about it. It's not necessary. It's a little additive. It's a little bit of a kick. And then some chili powder. That's basically it as far as seasonings, and then salt and pepper, of course. Oh, and then look, I have some oregano here. I have some garlic powder. I get this from when I order pizza. They deliver it with oregano, they deliver it with garlic powder. All you do is you fucking keep this in your cupboard. It's just dried seasoning. It lasts. Why spend the money on season? Motherfuck! Now I have to fucking clean this shit. Anyway, what I was saying is why spend money on seasoning when you can just get it from the pizza store? You save it, it lasts, it's dried already, it's gonna stay in your cupboard. All right, and then, I'm getting distracted. And then for our avocado puree, we're gonna need some scallions, 2 ripe avocados, a jalapeno, garlic, 2 limes, a bunch of fresh cilantro. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna dice up our onion. Just a rough chop on the onion, don't have to be too precise about it. It's all gonna stew down anyway. Okay, beautiful. And then, can of tomatoes, we're just gonna pop that open. We're gonna use the whole can. Any standard pressure cooker, we're gonna set it on to saute. Just start off with a glug of olive oil. And now, if you don't have a pressure cooker, you're like, oh fuck, what do? Trust me, it does not matter. Why is it beeping? Why are you beeping? Okay, if you don't have a pressure cooker, it does not matter. You can do this in a crock pot. You can do this in a Dutch oven. You can do this even in a regular pot and pan on your stove. It's just gonna take more time. You have to go on low heat and play with it a little bit. Pressure cooker just solves the time aspect of it. So we're gonna be done in 45 minutes with this pressure cooker. If you're using a crock pot, it's gonna be more like 6 hours on low, medium heat. Same steps apply. I recommend getting a pressure cooker way before you get a slow cooker. It works. You can do so much more shit with it, and it's so fast. While that's heating up, I'm gonna get my spices all in one dish. You can go and not use any of these. If you don't have a spice rack, you don't have a spice drawer, don't fucking worry about it. Get yourself a pack of taco seasoning. It's all already mixed in here. It's really just like the spices I'm using. It's gonna taste fucking fine. So don't break your back if you don't have a spice rack. Bang, get one of these. You'll be golden, you'll be all good to go. A little bit of granulated garlic is gonna go in there. And that is all for seasoning. Oh, and chili powder. Again, chili powder and cumin is really what you think of when you think of taco seasoning. You think of chili powder and cumin. Those are like the strong flavors in any kind of taco mix. Okay, once that gets hot, once it's on saute, we're gonna throw all of the onions in there. Beautiful, listen to that go. Now we're cooking. Now we're humming. We're gonna let these guys go for about 3 minutes. They're gonna turn translucent. That's how you know they're all sauteed. And then as soon as they start to warm up though, we're gonna add all of our seasoning. The reason you add seasoning in now is because the heat is gonna release more aromatics. It's gonna toast the seasoning, release more flavor, combine with those onions, saute down. That's gonna be such a strong base for our steak. Beautiful flavor is gonna be built off of this. Incredible. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt just to be sure everything is carried nicely. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're cooking, guys. Woo! And you get that right there, that cayenne, the paprika, the chili. Nice, it's heating up, it's toasting. It's gonna tickle the nose. You might sneeze a few times. Just go like this, sneeze over there. Don't fucking sneeze in your food. Well, if you're eating alone, who gives a fuck? Wow, that tastes good. Once everything's nice and toasted up, we're gonna add our tomatoes. Whole tin goes right in, and just give that a stir. And this is gonna be our base. On top of that, we're gonna go in with the juice of 1 lime to that. And then we have these nice pieces of flank steak. I'm not gonna do anything to them. If I was cooking them normally, I'd trim all this grizz off. But because we're putting it in a pressure cooker, we're gonna cook it and it's gonna all melt apart. It's gonna be totally fine. All right, and our flank steak can just go right on top of those tomatoes and onions. Beautiful, bang. We are ready to pressurize and get cooking. If it's on venting, switch it to sealing. And then we're gonna hit meat stew. 40, let's do 45 minutes. Fuck it. All right, let's make this avocado puree. Pretty easy to do, guys. For this, what you're gonna need, a blender. Now, I have a stick blender. I don't have like a smoothie, which you make smoothies in. Then I have this beaker, which I'm gonna do everything in like a fucking scientist. 2 avocados. These ones are pretty small. Garlic in. Give your limes a roll. That's gonna release the juices. You're gonna get more juice out of the lime. Slice. You want a good amount of juice because this was gonna help make the puree nice and pureed. We might have to add some water too, I'm gonna see. And then 1 jalapeno. If you don't like spice, you can seed it and remove the pit. I'm just making this for myself, so I'm leaving everything in. I love spice. And then we're going with green onions. Take the furry parts off, chuck those, you don't need the furries. And then we are gonna use some of the whites though. I want some of the whites in there for this, so white, 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 and then a little bit of green. I don't know about yay much. Those go in. And then whole head of cilantro. Get that all in there. This is gonna need plenty of salt. Avocados always need a good amount of salt to help them along. Time to blend. Bang, look at that. Holy shit. Fantastic, perfect amount of salt, good amount of spice, good acidity. And now we just wait until the pressure cooker's done. In the meantime, while it's coming out to pressure, I'm gonna toast up these tortillas. Once you get a good toast on either side, about that looks nice. Put it off to the side, repeat. Sounds like we can take this out. Here, let's do the reveal. I mean, look at that, look at that. Look how that meat just falls apart. Look, yeah, I gotta try some. That meat is so fucking tender. It's fucking hot. Woo! Woo! Yes. Hell yes. Okay, let's serve this up. Now, this is just the base. This is just a simple taco. You can change it up. You can put a rice, you can put a coleslaw, you can put a cabbage, a lettuce, whatever you want. I'm going traditional. A lot of times, you know, you get a Mexican street taco, it is just meat, cilantro, lime, maybe a little bit of fresh onion on top. I'm not gonna do that. I'm keeping it simple. You can add sour cream. You can add any topping you want. You can make this your own. I'm just draining off the liquid here. I'm going in just with the meat. Oh my God, dude. You get some tomatoes, you get some onions in there. Fuck, this is gonna be good. That meat just literally melted apart in 45 minutes. That's how easy it is. A tough cut of meat, like a flank steak, can turn into this. Holy shit. Now this is where we become an artist. This is our art board. A little bit of green goes on. Look at that. Avocado puree right on top. Just give it a flick, give it a flick, give it a flick. Bang. Oh, okay, a little aggressive on that. Try not to make a mess. You just cleaned up. Cilantro, garnish, garnish. That is a 5-star meal, my friends. That is like you're serving this and you're paying fucking money for this shit. And then enough talking, just going for a fucking bite. Here we go. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. That is incredible. It's one of the best tacos I've had my entire life. I'm not even just saying that. This is like, bar none, this is street taco, melts in your mouth. 45 minutes in your own kitchen. In your own kitchen. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is amazing. This is one of my favorite things I've made. Holy shit. I'm gonna eat all these fucking tacos and then some. Lunch tomorrow, tacos. Dinner tomorrow, tacos. Breakfast tomorrow, tacos. These are incredible. I gotta go in for one more bite. Messy. Oh wow, God. I'm at a loss for words. This doesn't happen very often. I'm at a loss for fucking words. The meat is so tender, so flavorful. You get some of that onion, you get some of that tomato in there, that little bit of spices that we cooked it in. It's fucking incredible. Guys, that wraps it up for today's episode. Tonight's episode. It's almost fucking midnight. I will see you next time on the College Cooking Show. I'm Chef Donny. I'm back in my tiny kitchen. See you guys. Peace.